Afternoon, welcome back to D12 tonight. On Wednesday, the Guam Chamber of Commerce's Guam Young Professionals group held a forum for congressional candidates to share their positions and ideas on a wide range of topics and other relative issues related to the territory. The forum was mediated by GYP Logan Regis. Participating were incumbent Madeline Berdallo, Democrat Carlo Dizon, Independent Jonathan Diaz, and Republican Frank Bloss Jr. Here's how they responded to one of those questions regarding their top priority.
If there is one specific initiative that you hope to accomplish within your term, what would that be? In other words, what is your highest priority as a congressional delegate?
That's rather difficult for me to answer because whenever an issue comes before me, they're all my priorities. But I guess for the sake of the Manamco of Guam, I hope that we can see closure to the war claims. To me, it's one of the most emotional situations I've ever come across. And all of my predecessors have worked very hard in this area, along with some of the candidates here today that have brought it up. It's an injustice, a terrible injustice. We were U.S. citizens, and we were under the enemy occupied for 3 years, 3 years. I just recently attended many of the ceremonies, the wreath-laying ceremonies, the memorials during Liberation Day, and I couldn't help but feel the emotions of some of those that are still surviving. We are a patient people. I've run into people that are in their 80s now and still waiting for some kind of word. So I guess that would be something that I would hope to accomplish in the next term or in the future.
My priority would be to finally attain the benefits that our veteran community deserves. In the course of our campaign, we've found far and wide that there are widespread difficulties with procuring the benefits that were promised to our veteran community. Right now, as it stands, the process for attaining those benefits has to go through Hawaii. There's absolutely no reason when currently benefits can also be procured in the Philippines, for example, when in Guam we don't have the same capacity. That's what I want to prioritize. I agree with the Congresswoman that we need to settle the issues that have long faced our communities, our elder generations, as well as our veterans. Before we can move forward with our relationship with the United States, we need to resolve these issues. And I intend to build on the work the Congresswoman has done on war reparations, while ensuring that we put forward a stronger voice and a greater desire to give back to the people who have sacrificed their lives for our community. We have one of the highest enlistment rates per capita in the entire country. And for us to sit back and allow that, and allow the difficulties with procuring those benefits to continue to fester is a disservice not only to our veterans, but is also a disservice to our sense of relationship, our sense of kinship, our sense of patriotism with the United States. And so that's what I intend to pursue. And that's what I think should be prioritized should I win the seat. Thank you.
Can you tell already what my answer will be? I just wanted to read this one section. The famous Ricardo J. Berdallo said that our future is dependent not only on government action, but also on public involvement in the determination of that future. Tomorrow, our children and grandchildren will be the judges of actions we take today. Let no one question that the future generations say that we did not prove equal to the challenge. So self-determination is the point. It begins at the top. You yourselves hosted a forum on self-determination. What insights did you find? You know for a fact that the Jones Act is debilitating our growth as an island, as a Western region. And I want you to think and imagine with me and help the United States out figure its economic crisis, because we will be all adversely affected by that come January 2013, which we're still not hearing. So what I propose is that we look at Guam as a new, strategic, United Nations peacekeeping hub between East and West to deflect any world war between China and the United States. Thank you.
My first priority would be, it's get people to know where Guam is at and who Guam is. You know, many of our issues and many of the problems that we have economically, and with regards to our war claims and our compact impact and our veterans issues, can be centered around individuals in Washington not knowing how Guam fits in this fabric called the United States. You know, it's interesting that we continue to be governed by laws that were passed by individuals who have since long gone. And it's interesting that the one law that basically has defined how our relationship with the United States, that being that of an unincorporated territory, was put together by the same panel, same judicial panel, that stated back then that segregation was constitutional. And so I think that the priority that I'm going to have is to be able to bring Guam's message. So to talk to the individuals in the right places, both in the House and the Senate, to recognize that Guam is a part of the United States, that Guam wants to continue to be a part of this United States, but we also want to have an integral role and a place at the table in the United States.